So today we celebrate the feast of the exaltation of the Holy Cross, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. What is considered the most brutal and humiliating act that one human being can commit against another human being, the ultimate symbol of dominance that one person can commit over another person. Caesar, the emperor of Rome, crushes Jesus of Nazareth, the so-called Christ, the Messiah. Jesus beaten and absolutely humiliated, hanging on the cross for all to see. And they say, he can't even save himself. How is he going to save the world? The game is over. Caesar victorious again. Long live Rome and paganism. Just another day, crushing some guy who claims to be the Messiah. This was not an uncommon event during Jesus' time. There were many who claimed to be the Messiah. Those who claimed that they were going to lead the revolt against Rome and liberate Israel from Rome's dominance. Most of them found themselves away along the same path as Jesus did, the road to Calvary, torture, crucifixion, and burial. But of course, we know that something was drastically different in Jesus' case. It wasn't the same old, same old. One of three things happened 3 days later. One, someone stole Jesus' body from the tomb under the noses of the greatest military that was known at that time. Or two, someone knew in advance what was going to happen and decided to dig a tunnel so that Jesus could escape, although he was nearly beaten to death a few hours before. Of course, this tunnel would have had to have been dug without anyone seeing it and no one talking about it. Or three, Jesus rose from the dead, and this religion called Christianity, known as the Way, would spread throughout the world based on the testimony of 11 men, 12 including Paul, but most of these men were illiterate and uneducated. Which scenario makes the most sense to you? There are several reflections or meditations that the cross can lead us to. For me this morning, as I've been reflecting on the exaltation of the cross, my mind keeps coming back to one thing, one thought: God always wins. No matter how bad things may look, God will always win. And we must trust in this at all times, especially in our lives. Could you imagine being a disciple of Jesus at this time, investing all of your faith and hope in this one man, only to see him crushed in front of your very own eyes? Who could blame you if you walked away defeated, feeling like you put all of your eggs into one basket, only to see those eggs crushed? I think that it is important that when we look at the cross, raised high in the air, exalted above all things, we must remember that God always wins, and that there is nothing that is impossible for God. And when we are struggling in life, we must always remember just how much God truly loves us, and that he will do anything for us. And no matter how bad things look in our life, God is always doing something to answer our prayers, whether we see it or not.